All right. This is Play Your Part Podcast, episode 18. This is sports. Your host, B.
They called me the Black Charlie Brown. You muted B.
All right. Today we're going to be talking about the 2002 SEC Media Day. Nick Saban, let you get into that.
Yeah, mute my mic. So Nick Saban uh, was being asked questions about retirement and everything this year at the SEC Media Day. And he says that he pretty much says it's not gonna happen. That man's gonna be like Joe Paul up there. I said he been or what is he now? 70? Yeah, he's 70 years old now, and they like he can't keep doing this. But that man is in incredible shape. I said he'll keep going. The report says Nick Saban scoffs at the idea of retirement. It said, and he calls out other coaches in college football to bring up the fact that he's getting older, so he's going to retire soon. If you know anything about Alabama football or Nick Saban, you know that dude is not going anywhere until he physically can't, or he physically has to. So he's been surviving this long, and I don't think he's going to ever leave Alabama, barring some type of controversy or something.
I mean, for that saying that, I mean, when is a good time for you to go? Because you can be like Joe Pa and stay there too long and you're not doing anything. You're just hurting the program more than it's helping. I guess you had to come to you'd have to come to some kind of conclusion when to hold them, when to fold them, in that type of frame. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like if you're looking at these recruitings, you're like right now, I just had it on my phone. You know, Texas recruiting is pretty high right now. Them in Georgia. You like, is it to a point where you can't compete with get these recruits? Is that when you know and you need to stop, or when you can't do that and the time will tell that where your talent is felt dropped off?
Nah, I think he'll still get recruits. I said as long as he's like isn't suffering from dementia or anything, I think a recruits will still be coming because it's still Nick Saban. And like I said, coaching isn't like playing. So like I said, as long as you can physically still do it and keep your wits about you, I said you can keep coaching forever. I said that's what happened. I said that right after Joe Paul got fired, that's when he passed a couple months later. So I said Nick Saban gonna be on the same stuff. But I said at that point, yeah, it's like what you said. You don't
I
want
think it.
to be,
I think in that situation, it's the embarrassment of your program with the Sandusky crushed you.
yeah. I said, I don't want to be. I mean, as long as he can still stay down on the field and stuff. I don't like how at the end, because like you said, Joe Paul, he was pretty much like a figurehead at that point. I don't know how involved he was in the actual game planning and all, other than just being that legendary coach that's up there watching down.
Right.
Because you can't even stand on the sideline anymore. I said, then that should have been a clear sign that maybe I should go just call it a day. Pretty sure somebody would have got him on like a radio show or like an announcement if he would have left.
Right.
And always will be a legend in Penn State
Well,
or
that
at Penn
Sandusky
State.
stuff. That Sandusky stuff kind of hangs on to you too now. So
Well, I'm pretty sure they still love him out there. He wasn't doing it. He just didn't say nothing.
yeah. So is that what you got for the SEC Media Day?
Yeah, man. I only care about Alabama.
Oh well, I have another to add to the SEC Media Day. They asked what's the coach from Mississippi State's name? He used to be at Washington State for the longest. Forgot his name.
I don't know.
You don't know his name?
No,
Well, he was asked the question.
Mike Leach.
Mike Leach, yeah. So Mike Leach was asked the question about would you ever schedule a HBCU within your state, which is started referring to Jackson State, on your schedule, and he gave the politically white answer of what it is. So they say, well, well, I know some coaches on his staff, and and I know, Dion, being around him or whatever, and how much energy he has. But I mean, we don't have anything on the schedule for him right now. But it's not what they asked you. Would you ever put him on your schedule to play? You said I wasn't opposed by it. I wouldn't oppose it or whatever. But those stuff like that is kind of important for me to see. Like, you play these little FCS schools, you know what I mean, like the Charlestons and all these other little schools on your schedule. Why would you not just schedule a HBCU on your schedule? It's not going to make or anything else. You know what I'm saying? So I'm excited to see that. Not maybe this year, but maybe in next year they need to take that under consideration, the schedule and stuff like that. Because I think they might beat y'all. I think that's what the scary part of it. The scary hours is you have a great possibility of might getting beat, and people that that type of probably embarrassment to themselves in that sense. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah,
I like to see it. That's just me personally, because I feel like that they're not that far off from beating a Power Five or these SEC schools. You know what I'm saying?
I told you let them play Kentucky first. I mean, like, all right, y'all got some talent. See what y'all do against one of the bigger
Why
schools.
not? I don't care who it is. This is a bigger school. You know what I'm saying? You have more resources. If I beat you, then the resources didn't matter. That's
Yeah,
what I'm saying. So yeah, one come, one all. Like I want to see that challenge. I want to see being able to see these schools, these HBCUs being able to play and compete with these power conferences or whatever.
yeah, because they won't get national recognition until they do or be somebody like that.
Well, I mean, Jackson State the only one that's been really ranked as in far as for top 25 last year.
Yeah,
They were ranked. The highest they ever been ranked was like I think 14 or whatever. But playing schools like big schools like that is sure. Until these HBCUs have to diversify their schedule, it's not just playing each other the whole dang time, and they play other people. Then you're not going to get that national recognition. And I've always said that's the bigger problem with trying to get seen. You have to play people to be seen. Seen on the TV. On the actual
yeah.
ESPN too, not the special ESPNs. You know what I'm saying? So, but they're getting televised. At least 10 of their games this year, Jackson State's games are getting televised on the ESPN, whatever that channel is for them, HBCU ESPN channel.
All you gotta do is keep winning.
Yeah,
You can't be ignored if you keep winning.
exactly. All right, so we're gonna go to the next topic is Kyler Murray's new deal.
Oh, damn it. Yeah, Kyler Murray got a new deal. I don't like this computer. Kyler Murray got a new deal. 5 years, $230 million, 160 guaranteed. Signed with the Arizona Cardinals out here. Almost a quarter billion. He's not the highest paid quarterback, but he makes about. It's gonna be about 46 million a year. Uh, I don't think he kicks in for another like 1 or 2 years because he wasn't done with his contract. He just wanted more money now for some
Right.
reason. Which I don't know if it was you I was talking to about it. I was like, so now I
How's that
said,
gonna
now you
affect
still,
Lamar Jackson's? Like
yeah,
it's
that's what I was
gonna
gonna say. You still got to pay them. Also, I mean, it was a smart play by them because before Lamar Jackson ruined the market, and they're gonna have to pay Kyler Murray something crazy, and signing him this early means that he ain't gonna get that inflation price that everybody else about to get in a couple of years. Because lesser quarterbacks will be signing for 300 million in the next 2 to 3 years.
Yeah.
So I said it was smart on their part. I mean, they were kind of forced to because Kyler was scrubbing his Instagram and talking about he might hold out a training camp if he don't get his money.
Yeah, but he was doing it in an immature way. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Like you were, and at the same time, they could have just told you shut up and be quiet and just play because you really
yeah,
haven't really played up to that point to get that type of contract. This is my opinion. You know what I mean? You haven't went far in the playoffs. You haven't, what accolades have you got to show that you deserve that money? And they just felt pressure to pay him. You know what I mean? They could have just told him to shut up and just play out your contract and prove yourself this year for me to give you a contract like that. That's what I would have did. And then if it didn't work out and didn't pan out, then I would just, if I still had your rights, I would trade you somewhere else to get draft capital so I can draft another quarterback. You know what I'm saying? This next draft, like you said before, Kevin, this next draft is way better with quarterbacks.
yeah.
So who are you trying to really threaten? Who are you putting a gun to my head for when you really haven't produced with any results? I don't care if you had this person out, that person out. You haven't showed yourself. Lamar Jackson, I was watching that they were doing this like on, I think it was on Snapchat. They were talking about all the stats that Lamar Jackson has had since starting. He's 31-11. Lamar Jackson is. Like this past season, his completion rates was way better than Kyler Murray's.
He also didn't play for.
His was better. He was like third in the league. Like his numbers match up to where he deserves the money that he gets. Kyler Murray, I don't feel like that you have played to that potential to that at all. But hey, get your money. I ain't stopping nobody from getting their money. If they're dumb enough to pay you, take that 160 guaranteed, and then we'll time will tell if we see if you're a true bust.
I said he starts off
Now
strong
not
then they fall off.
but these injuries. That's the injuries, bro. You can't stay healthy a whole season. You can't stay healthy and be like you're gonna be there from 1 to week 17.
Yeah. I said they start off 7-0, they go 7-0, 9-0, and then they win like 3 of the last 6 games, 3 of the last 7 games.
To try to barely get into a wild card spot.
I don't know. And like you said, that's gonna affect Lamar Jackson's contract. I mean, some other people, especially if Jalen Hurts or Tua play balls out this year, and you don't have to re-sign those dudes too, especially Jalen Hurts because he was a third round pick, so his contract isn't as long as a regular starter quarterback.
No, it's different structure. It's like not as like they don't. It's like when you're first round, you have more.
Yeah, you get the 5-year deal,
rights,
or you get
you get a
4-year
deal.
with a 5th-year option.
Yeah.
But when you third
So,
round, you probably get 3, not even on a guaranteed contract.
Well, I mean, it's a little different because you can set up your contract. It's different because you're not in that first round tier. So, like, your contract is a little bit different than theirs, or they can only offer you so many years after that. You know what I mean? 4 years, whatever that contract is.
Oh, man.
Maybe with a player, with an option. So,
I said, you're talking about you wouldn't have paid Kyler. You just said go out there and prove yourself. I said, if he would have been talking about sitting out, you think I won't sit out? You think I won't sit you down for C.J. Stroud? I said,
but I have a better chance of getting C.J. Stroud now. I'll sit you out.
That's what I'm
Hey, you know what I'll do? That's fine. I'll just get Cam Newton or somebody else, or I'll get Jimmy Garoppolo.
Yeah.
Hey,
it's only for 1 year.
Yeah, I'll just sit you out, get Jimmy G, and call it good. Maybe we have a better chance of winning, or maybe we don't. But I'm willing to take that risk. I'm not willing to take a 160 million guaranteed when you ain't gave me no guaranteed wins or no you haven't showed any stats.
He's
Well,
good. You just
I
have
went
to
to a
stay
Pro Bowl. I went to a
healthy.
Pro Bowl. I said, bro, I don't care about no Pro Bowl. That's self accolades.
Yeah.
Where have you touched this team to? Arizona's window is about damn near closed because the defense is getting old. You're trying to hang a hat on some old heads, and you don't have any true receivers that's out here that's really blazing it. That you have that's not being suspended for damn near half the season.
Did JJ Watt come back? I know he's old too, but
Yeah, I think he came back. He had no choice. Who else is going to take him?
hey, they still taking Von Miller out here.
No, Von Miller's different. How many Super Bowls has Von Miller have affected just by him? Two. Has it not?
Well, one of them you can attribute to Aaron Donald being on the other side, but
Yeah, but Von Miller showing him he was effective. I mean,
yeah,
you can attribute Donald to it, but we go all the way back to the Broncos. That man was that was crazy, bro. That was like playing a Madden game where this dude was 99. This man was getting the backfield every time. Cam Newton
yeah.
couldn't breathe, bro, and
But
that
that
was
was 7 years
crazy.
ago.
It don't matter though. If he's still effective, he's still proven. He's more proven than Kyler Murray is.
Yeah, that's a
That's why he
different
can still
position.
get. That's why he can still. It don't matter. He's still. To me, as productive as being production is production. He's been
Oh,
producing.
he's gonna be straight in Buffalo too
Yeah, I know that. That man can get
because
them big contracts. That's what I said. Looking at the contracts shows you that this man can do his
about
dude, and they willing to
because
pay him
Buffalo
that.
got a great defensive line. They had a great defensive line already.
Yeah, I know.
You throw Von Miller on there. He's like, y'all gonna single? Like, I only have to get past one person every play. Snowmo being double team. That's why he keep going to these teams with great defenses and like a chance to win a championship.
Yeah, well,
Said, I'm gonna do my part.
yeah, well. Some of these people, they just I always say they just come into the scenario where people that can impact the team, and you really just like the Buffaloes. I'm really just a tight end away from. I mean, not tight end, but a defensive player away from winning it all to push us through that top tier that we need to go through. You know what I'm saying?
I wish you would have came to the Browns, man. I don't want you to. I don't want Clowney.
Well, Clowney is going to be a Brown for life because nobody
He
else
don't
wants
want
to
to. He
really.
don't want to be there. Yeah, nobody else wants him,
Yeah,
and he don't want to be there. But he's like, forget it. I'm not gonna just sit out another year.
yeah.
I
Well,
don't. I don't like. I don't like his attitude. Everybody
well.
happy to be a Brown out there. This dude's over there. I guess I'll come back.
But he did. But that's his work ethic and his actually get to. He's not. I don't see him improving. He's still trying to ride off the college football self. And everybody's
Yeah,
not really buying that right now. Yeah, that was a clout of years ago. You've been in the league too long to
he's been.
to to be trying to like keep hanging your hat on what you did in South Carolina. We want to see what you're doing now.
Yeah, he's been riding
But
that first overall draft pick his whole career.
yeah, that
He
doesn't. That's a
had
bad
one
look for
good
you.
year when he had like one or two good years when JJ Watt was the defensive player of the year.
Yeah.
But other than that, he's just been doing average stuff.
Well,
Enough to stay on the team. But I would have definitely took Vi Miller over him. You know, Vi Miller gonna give it his all.
yeah.
More clown.
He's been like that, been consistent. That's the problem. You ready for the next topic?
Yeah,
Okay, the next topic is James Harden's new deal.
yeah. So apparently, James Harden took a $15 million pay cut to help the 76ers uh, have more money to go out and get who they need. I believe the quote said, let me bring it up real quick. James Harden signed. He said, sign we need to sign, and give me whatever is left over with the new deal.
Mm-hmm.
Apparently, he's trying to win a championship now. He knows that his window is closing. He's not the same James Harden, or maybe he is. I don't know. It was still a good year in my opinion, but wasn't the same James Harden. Uh, but yeah, so the 76ers used that money. It was $15 million, and then they gave 11 to PJ Tucker. They traded for Milton, and I forget, and they signed House.
Yep.
Yeah, yeah, and that's the
Well,
15 million. I
well,
mean,
they
it made
got
him a
enough.
little.
I mean, the deal about it is they did a good job because they picked up defense, man. These wing defenders, you know what I mean? House is a wing defender. PJ Tucker's a good defender. He's a good corner three. You know, we seen House play with James Harden before when they was in a bubble, before House did what he did, and you know these people are these are proven commodities of being defensive on the wings. You know what I'm saying? So they brought some more defense to the play. You know what I'm saying? So you're gonna have a James Harden. You know what type of defense he plays. He played better last year than I've seen before. But if I just get at least the decent half defense that I get off of James Harden, and then bring more defenders, then I like your chances of trying to get through the East than before, because you're adding more depth to your bench.
They need to trade Tobias.
For what?
I don't know, something.
For what? That's what I'm saying. Like, what
somebody,
do you're
somebody who's
trading
gonna
him?
be more consistent out there.
Yeah, but you're trading him. You're trading him, and then where we're going with this? Like, where are you getting it from him? Like, he's a good player in that position. He just has to, when Tobias plays with other people. I mean, Tobias can take some game can show up in a couple of games and push you through the series.
Yeah,
You
but
just want
I
different.
mean,
You just want different people to be able to do it. Am I right or wrong?
yeah,
Like, can he not?
I
Can
mean,
he not take over a game or two in a series and like really show his true self? I didn't say he's gonna take the whole series over.
but has he done it though?
What do you mean? Has he done it?
He hasn't really been doing it though. That's it. That's what I'm saying. He needs somebody who's gonna give you that 20,
Well, I mean,
25
we'll
that you
see.
need in the
Well,
playoffs.
well, this is the time to see that now. If he can
Well,
and he can't, this is the last time. It's for him
this is the
because they're
last
trying to
time.
get the
Last
because
time.
they're trying to get the Clippers version of himself, and
Yeah.
it's not really panning out.
That's what you hoping for. I mean, that's what you wanted when you got him. But I don't. I mean, he just hasn't. I mean, he puts up decent stats through the season. But I'm saying when it comes playoff time, I forget this dude's on the team,
Yeah,
and he's making all that money. Remember, they paid him over giving it to Jimmy Butler. So, I mean, I need you to make me not look like a fool out here.
oh, you're already looking like that already. You're just now
Yeah.
trying to save face.
And you said this is the last time. I said last time was the last time. It was like the third year in
Yeah,
a row.
yeah,
But yeah, I mean,
yeah,
Joel Embiid likes him. I mean, he's a big dude, so he can defend the four with these stretch fours that they have now.
yeah.
I mean, he's a good fit. He's a good player. I'm just saying, if I'm trying to win, I said if there's some suitors out there for Tobias Harris, I'm looking at him.
Yeah, very true. But I mean, it's got to be you got to create the market for him to who wants Tobias Harris. Are you a Tobias Harris away from going over the hump? Is he going to bring you over the hump? Some people might not value and see him that he hasn't done that, and so his value might not be as high as what you might be stuck with him until the end of his contract.
I was just say I'll take him in Portland, but they don't have nobody to trade for
No,
him. Yeah. They got Dame. They got Gary Payton. They just traded for Jeremy Grant and they just signed Nurkic. I was like, I don't think they're gonna sit. They want to trade
Well, they
any of
don't
those.
need him. They don't need him. I mean,
Yeah,
Jeremy Grant, you can get the same production out of him. Get the better production out of him than you could Tobias Harris.
yeah.
I just think Jeremy Grant has been put in situations that he can't really. He does not know win a situation. Like Detroit, you're not gonna win shit there.
He went from
So,
Oklahoma after Russ and all them left
yep,
to Detroit.
yeah,
Well, Detroit just been bad for years, but
yeah.
they got a young squad. They might not be good for another 3 years, but they got a young squad.
Who is this?
Detroit.
Detroit? Man, I gave up on them a long time ago, bro.
They got Cade Cunningham, Isaiah Stewart, Killian Hayes.
Yeah, but you're getting these people because you're so horrible. You're getting them in the draft.
Yeah.
So you have to literally build from the dirt because no free agent wants to go there.
Then they brought back Melvin Bagley,
Yeah,
who I think is just in a bad situation in Sacramento.
yeah. I mean, you just got to have some good corner pieces to build around to make a run. Something they can do.
All right, before we move on to the next topic, I want to make the point of what I was trying to say with this topic is that James Harden apparently doesn't care about the money anymore and like just wants to win at this point.
Well, at this point, you have no choice because you done made all your money. You done made over $270 odd million. So
Yeah.
at that point, you ain't got no rings. So you're gonna be get paid and no rings to show for it. At least one. You're already first ballot Hall of Famer, but you know, look kind
Yeah.
of good if you have some on your hand.
Every MVP has gone to the Hall of Fame.
Yeah,
The only
yeah,
question
that's
is
true.
Derrick Rose. Will they let him in?
Yeah, they'll let him in. Not like they just cause he's a shoe in. I think it just they'll be a while before they maybe consider him. I think he would have to like play and retire, and then being like, okay, maybe a year after he retires, we might put him in there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. They're gonna have to wait for a down year. They like, and there's no good candidates out here.
Yeah, that's true too.
We still got this former MVP that we're gonna let in eventually, but
Yeah, I mean, I think they'll eventually let him in.
yeah. One of the big what if stories. I mean, he had some good
Yep,
years out there. I mean, another person to compare him to is like Tracy McGrady, but he had dominant. He had like seven dominant years out there before
yep.
his
Well,
injuries started taking over,
yeah,
and even when,
yeah,
but they let
yeah.
him
But I
in.
mean, also, yeah, but also T Mac is totally different. I mean, you beat the Spurs with so many minutes left. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, it's just certain moments that you see T Mac taking a game over, giving, hearing Kobe saying that that's a person who's giving me problems. What? He said T Mac is the one who gave you problems. Oh, okay, that's crazy.
Because
I
he
mean,
could
some
do
people wouldn't.
everything.
Yeah, I mean that dude. I mean, he gave people problems. So, and he wasn't like he wasn't good at his prime. He was just hurt.
Yeah.
Injuries started to tear him down. You know what I'm saying? So,
Led the league in scoring once or twice.
yeah. So he wasn't no slouch. It wasn't like he was like lesser than. You know what I'm saying? So,
Yeah, yeah. That's why I compared him to D Rose. I was like, their prime got taken away from injuries and stuff, but T Mac's like time was a little bit longer than D Rose. D Rose had like 3 or 4 good years, and then he started getting injured.
yeah, that's true.
But with an MVP in there, which should have been LeBron's, but
Well,
just give it to
LeBron got snubbed a bunch of times that people got
him.
MVPs. So,
That's what they said. It's LeBron fatigue.
Yeah.
If you kept giving, say you kept giving them MVPs, they said then they gonna be talking about this Jordan thing for real.
Yeah. Yeah. That's true. Let me see.
Bold
Anything
people
else in basketball?
want to change. Yeah, it's the what's that? I thought
Like,
it was for basketball.
yeah, it was what non-playoff team are you most excited to see next year in the NBA?
Yeah. So we're gonna exclude play-in teams as well because they technically made it somewhere. They didn't make it to the playoffs, but not all of them made it to the playoffs. But some non-playoff teams. Let me look through here. You got the Knicks, uh, Detroit, no, Chicago was there. The Pacers, Orlando, and Washington in the East. And you got Oklahoma City, Portland, um, the Clippers. I don't know if they made it to the play of the game. I don't remember. Sacramento, the Lakers, the Pelicans. No, the Pelicans made it, and the Rockets and the San
Mm.
Antonio in the West.
Well,
I give you a team for each. I'm excited about Orlando. I don't know if they're actually going to make the playoffs next year, but I think that they can put a run together. They got too much young talent on that team to keep not showing up or like if everybody can stay healthy this year. Again, like I said they got Jonathan Isaacs, who I haven't seen play in like 2 years since the bubble, since he got injured in the bubble. Um,
yep.
what's his name? Uh, Cole Anthony's down there. They got Markel
Hmm.
Fultz who's coming back. Markel Fultz, I don't know. A lot of people don't pay attention to him because he keeps getting injured. But every time he's back, he's averaging like 18 and 6, which is pretty damn good with like a
Yeah.
50 something, 51% true shooting percentage. So I'm like,
Yeah.
he's on his way if he can stay healthy. Uh, they got a lot. They got a lot of young players that I enjoyed like watching. I said they're just getting it together now.
Yeah.
And then they got the first
Um.
pick.
Yeah, I think I mean Orlando. They need to start doing something and showing something. And I think all these players and picks that they got now, they can put a team together to make maybe an eight spot. You know what I'm saying? You
Yeah,
know, not a play-in spot. I think they strong enough to make a eight spot. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
But it's
Jalen
just yeah,
Suggs, Mo Bamba,
yeah.
Ball, R.J. Hampton, Gary Harris,
Because all these
the
people were
Wagner
like
brother,
hot, what were high picks, especially Suggs,
Wendell
and
Carter.
yeah.
Yeah,
So
Terrence Ross
hopefully
is
they
still there.
can,
Yeah, they got an extremely young squad. If they can do something like the Cavs did last year,
yeah,
like get some confidence and have one of these young guys step up. And again, everybody has to be healthy because Jonathan Isaac can guard the 2 through the 5 because he's 6'11"
yep, you
and he's
surely
like a
can.
decent defender.
Yep, you surely can.
And plus, you got all those athletic big men and Bo, who I wouldn't necessarily call him athletic, but got a pretty good basketball IQ.
Yep, and he can shoot the three.
Yeah, they said they had to get rid of him from out of Denver because like he just wasn't playing. Couldn't play him with Joker.
You know, no, that's a little difficult to play with him with the person like Joker.
Yeah,
You know, as far as for floor spacing, like where you gonna put him at, where you gonna be at. You know what I'm saying? So we leaving everybody out, and Joker's in the middle doing his thing. Then you know, why have a tall somebody that's out there than having somebody else just out there that you can have out there that's not as tall or whatever, or more athletic. So
And it's one of those weird cases where you can't ask him. Well, you can ask him, but it's like tough for him to put on weight. You remember his dad was always just skinny as hell.
well, that's the genealogy. You know what I'm saying? That's just his genetic makeup.
But,
You know what I'm saying? So,
and
but
for
yep,
the
that's
West, I still have this is like a no brainer. I mean, it would be either between the Lakers and the Pelicans, but I'm gonna go with the Pelicans because everybody talks about the Lakers.
yep.
And it's only because if Zion comes back, we don't know what's going on with this dude.
What do you mean
But they
if he
still
comes
got
back?
if he comes back and plays this year.
I mean, you getting his back to big contract, you better play.
Yeah,
Paying him all that money.
I mean they paid him all that money, and all he played was one season so far. So
Yeah, I don't know about all that.
I mean I get what you're saying, but also that man only played one season so far. So
Yeah,
he's been in the league 3 or 4 years now. Only played one full season, not even a full season.
yeah.
EJ
Well,
Liddell, CJ McCollum still there. I just like the Brandon Ingram and Valachunas and them.
no, I just like Brandon Ingles' demeanor. Like Keaton, something y'all passed up on him, and he went till he was on the Lakers, and then now you pass him on them. Think he gonna just die off? This man over here just be out over here, just killing them, bro.
Yeah. You gotta win games though. That's the whole thing. That's why when CJ McCollum
Oh, I
got there
mean,
last year, they started
but with
winning.
CJ McCollum, it just kind of started winning because I think CJ McCollum has been in a situation where he can handle and buy into that role of what Monty wanted him,
He
not
actually,
Monty, what Green wanted him to do, and he played into it. That's why I was like, if I was any other free agent, I would like want to go to New Orleans because they actually have something to like really grasp to. You can make a run with New Orleans
yeah,
without really like if you have a good veteran bench and like to like really make a good run. That's what I would do.
yeah,
It's
that's
these
what they
younger
missing though.
teams.
They don't really have
Yeah,
the veteran bench.
yeah. You had a
I say,
veteran bench, like if you had put in there and put Melo in there and had him on there and actually playing some serious minutes, you know what I'm saying?
yeah,
And that'd be that's what I'm just saying, like something like that. Like I feel like that they if they had some veteran people on the bench that they actually could make a pretty deep run in or whatever.
but the veterans don't want to go there because they don't know what Zion ass is gonna do.
Well, that's the problem with anybody. Zion got the whole y'all are letting this man get the whole franchise on hostage.
I
That's just
said,
my
I'll come
opinion.
down here. I'll come down here, but if I show up and this dude is 300 something pounds, I'm gonna be upset.
Yeah,
I got to take a meeting with him before I even get out here. I know you signed this contract. I know you showed up to get this money. Show up to earn this money.
right.
Because,
Yeah,
like I
but
said, he been in the league for 3 years and played one season. That one season he
mm-hmm.
played, he was dominant. I said,
Yeah,
I'm not. Look at that career, 85 total games. He's only 22 though, and
yeah.
averaging 26 and 7. He's dominant. I mean, but it's been 3 years, 85 total games, man.
That's what I'm
And
saying.
then they gave him the max contract. I was like, we can't give you the max right now, man.
Keep, they keep giving it to him. It's the Kyler Murray stuff, bro.
Mhm.
You keep showing up and on money, and then they don't produce, and then you want to pitch a fit, you know.
I said, then you want to leave us?
Yeah.
Because you
Well,
didn't
nobody.
trade.
Well, no. Well, like the deal about the situation what New Orleans is in and what the Zion is in is think about it this way: if I don't pass you up, if I pass you up and you went somewhere else, it's gonna blow in our face that we let you
Yeah.
go for nothing. But if you came here and if you didn't, still not did anything, it's still gonna make us look bad because we paid you all this money and you ain't producing. And then to move your contract to trade you, nobody else wants you because you haven't produced any numbers for somebody to like. We're a Zion Williams away from winning a championship. What are you talking about? This man don't even be on the court half the time. So
Yeah.
nobody's gonna want to spend that money to get him and acquire that. Well, somebody will be stupid enough to do it, to think that scheme sounds good for them, but it's not a lot of teams. It won't be a lot of teams. It won't be the teams that he want to go to. Like he'll be going to the Kings. You know what I'm saying? The
Nah,
Kings,
man. He gonna definitely not play if he go to Sacramento.
he might play. He might be the new Chris Webber.
Hmm. Nah. Think I'm wasting my career over in Sacramento? Y'all get me the hell out of here.
Oh, you wasted your career and other people's money the whole time you've been where you're at. Can't get any worse. You already took people. Nobody gonna keep paying you for not producing. It's like nobody not to go to work.
That's why I'm trying to get hit by a city bus.
Wow. Uh, get hit by a city bus.
Yeah.
Uh,
Or
and
one of
live
the
to tell
Walmart
about it.
trucks.
Hey, and
Yep.
live to tell about it. Well, you gonna be trying to Tracy Morgan, huh?
Oh yeah.
I'm trying to get
Yes.
paid.
Yes, I'm suing. We ain't settling out of court.
But-
I said I already got it worked out.
and I know myself. I'm gonna pay myself in installments. I'm not gonna get all of it.
Yeah.
It's gonna make this. I'm gonna make this money stretch forever.
Yeah. That's why you don't see Tracy Morgan in as many movies anymore.
Why for? He's good
Yeah.
for
He
life.
said I made my money. Well, I was already rich, but now I'm rich.
Yeah, yeah, it's true. So is
Yeah,
there
you don't
anything
have
else?
anybody?
Um, I can't say any other teams. You said the Pacers, but they keep this. I know we didn't want to bring it up, but they keep doing this all this Buddy Hill and Miles Turner fucking trades for this Westbrook stuff and whatever it is. Until September comes, I can't really say for anything for Indiana. I don't even know what Indiana's doing. They look like they're doing something and they just blow it up. And I don't know what you're doing. Brogdon's not there no more. I mean, I don't know what you're doing. That franchise has been lost since George Paul or Paul George's been there.
Yeah.
After he gone, after he left, it was that franchise was. It was no count. I don't know what they're doing. They don't. I don't even think they have any direction of what they're trying to do.
They
That's number
tried.
one.
They tried with Sabonis at Malcolm Brogdon, but then everybody got injured. We ain't
Yeah, I
seen
know.
TJ Warren since the bubble.
Yeah.
So I said, I mean, ever since that didn't work out, like nobody was healthy. They just been downhill. Then when they traded
Yeah.
Sabonis for Buddy Hield and them, I was like, Sabonis is a top 10 power forward in the league. I don't know what y'all doing for Buddy Hield. And I
But
said,
Buddy
now they
Hill.
just gonna.
But I mean, Buddy Hill was expendable.
Yeah. I mean, they got Halliburton too, I guess, but
Which Halliburton you gonna get? He's
yeah.
not consistent. He's like that on 2K. They got that right. He plays inconsistent. That's why I had to trade his ass off my team. I said, you're the most inconsistent person on here. I got to get you off my team. I can do better. I can do better with Buddy Hill than you. Because at least I know what I'm going to get out of Buddy Hill. If I need some threes, I'm going to go ahead and pass it to Buddy Hill. He's going to drain them threes. Try to use
But
him
that's
like
why
the
they
modern
like.
day. Yeah, I
I
try to
said
use
that's
him
why
like
they
Ray
like
Allen.
Halliburton, though. They like
Yeah,
Halliburton because he was like he could he might give you 5 points this game, but he'll give you 30 the next.
yeah. He's not.
And that
Yeah, he's
all
not
averaged
consistent
out to
though.
about 17 points right there.
True. Got any other NBA news that you wanna talk about? I just seen on the news feed that the Sixers are trying to go for the Bogdanovich from the Jazz. They're trying to make a move for him.
Yeah, it's wholesale season for them Jazz players.
Yeah, what you want? Like that? And then ain't just go. Then ain't go like this. What you gonna give me for him?
He said, "Nah,
Nah,
we don't
yeah, I
want no
don't want.
players, just a couple draft picks."
We want the picks, bro. Yeah, yeah, yeah. We want this is the wholesale. Or hey, it's a fire sale.
Yeah,
Everything must go. Maybe even you. Ain't nothing
yes.
promised. So yeah, it's a fire sale. Everybody's up for sale.
I hope it goes back to normal next season, man. I don't.
We
The trade asking price for trades and stuff. It's
it,
all out of
bro.
whack now.
It's out of whack now because even now, like even real life, real everything's inflated.
Yeah,
You're asking for crazy numbers. 6 first-round draft picks. I'm going to bet my future on this one player, and he's going to take us to. Because you're saying that one player is going to take you to a championship, and you're going to guarantee to at least win one and go and appear in at least 2. That's what you're saying by you trading your whole future off like that.
yeah.
That's crazy.
Then
6 round draft pick, 6 first-round draft picks.
I don't know
So
if
the
you're
next
talking
6
about
years.
KD or
So
Donovan Mitchell, but I said one of them was only been here for 2 years, and he's already talking about he's ready to go. You want me to bet my future on that guy,
who is this?
KD?
Yeah, bro, I'm not betting my future on him. He doesn't even know if he's gonna wake up tomorrow and say what he don't want to do. Because
Yeah,
because then he's the most sensitive, all the super sensitive. I don't know if I want to even call him superstar, but elite player that at any moment's notice you're gonna change your mind. Rumors was like, oh, he wanted to ask for. He want to play with Kyrie no more because Kyrie he's just a team obliterator. You know what I'm saying? And then now it's like you do all this side talk out the side of your mouth, and you let your brother talk and everybody else talk for you. These rumors that you put out here because you have burners accounts. You used to have burner accounts, bro.
hmm.
Insensitive people, insecure people do that. Accounts talking about this, talking about that, then talking about and then it's not only him; it's some of the media is putting out here too, talking about oh they're trying to make the run for the trade to the Warriors, and then the general manager from Warriors said like no we're good. I want to see this team try to make another run. I can't say if they could if I blew it up and just try to get KD. You know what I'm saying? We would
Yeah,
never know. So why not make another run for it? They're talking about, oh, what about trading the KD for Wiggins? Sign a trade for Wiggins and then try to get KD and trade some other players off to get KD instead of Wiggins. And I'm like, bro, I'm tapped out of this, bro. KD stay in Brooklyn. Play your contract out that you signed for. If you didn't want to, you should never sign for it. If you should have waited. You could have waited. Could he not wait, Kevin?
yeah.
So you signed on here on the intentions of thinking that oh, this is in this, then the third, and then when Kyrie signed in, now you asking for a trade. Now, did he not ask for a trade after after Kyrie's opted in?
Yeah. Well, you already knew Kyrie was going to opt in.
I mean, anybody's gonna Rush opted in for $47 million. You think I'm gonna wave and go wave
Yeah,
$47 million off?
that's what I
I'm pretty
said.
sure. I'm pretty sure Russell Westbrook's wife would be like, "Are you stupid? You just literally waved off $47 million. That's dumb. I'm gonna pick. You should have gave me the player option.
Because
I'm gonna pick it up.
you're not gonna get that money anywhere else. Him
No,
or Kyrie, I said, you're not getting that
no,
money.
you're not getting a max deal like that to make up for what you didn't get. You know what I'm saying? Oh, if you want to buy me out, buy me out. That's cool. You still gotta give me my lettuce.
Yeah. And I said I'd rather
So,
have you on a contract than buy you out. I'd rather keep you around than buy you out.
but that's what I'm saying. Like, this is where we're coming to that conclusion of everybody just might as well just sit where you at because they're asking for ridiculous prices. Let's wait till before the All-Star break to talk about some trades where these demands won't be so high. You won't be asking for six first round draft picks. You'll be asking for 2 and a player, and then maybe somebody consider that. But it's
Especially
all gonna
Utah,
be
'cause ain't nobody coming to
yeah.
them damn games. I said that attendance about to be terrible.
Nope. They might as well get Jamal Crawford to sign him to see him score all them points. And don't you know the Lakers? The Lakers, they're thinking about um, if they're trying to go for this Buddy Hill, trying to trade Russ to over there for the Buddy Hill and the Turner, and the last little piece they're gonna try to sign Jamal Crawford for a 1 year deal.
I thought you said Kemba Walker.
Uh, they're working on that, but they have contingency plans on what they should do because they see that LeBron is very disgruntled about this whole Russell Westbrook thing.
I'm about to leave in a minute anyway.
Who?
LeBron.
Well, LeBron gonna leave definitely after you don't make no moves.
Well, he said he wanted to play with his son.
Yeah, yeah. But Scottie Pippen Jr. looks good. That's all I can say. He looked promising.
It's the summer league.
No, I'm saying in general, like we're not talking about just summer league. We're going off of what he did when he was in Vanderbilt.
Yeah.
He might average 17 in the league. It might translate to 8 and 8, maybe starting off until he builds up. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He looks more promising than anybody else they picked up. So
You don't like Sharif O'Neal out there?
sure, that's a development thing. We have to develop you until you're gonna put some more beating up on the bones. You got to get up in that gym. I'm not saying he does it, but you kind of like went into the testing the waters, and you can't really build off your name. You're gonna have to really bring it because you know how the expectations is for you. They're looking at that last name on that jersey, regardless of what it is. You gotta live up to at least close to that. I ain't say you're gonna be having like multiple rings and all kind of stuff. You gotta contribute to a team.
Yeah. He said he been injured for most of his whole high school to adult career. I mean college
Yeah, I
career.
know. That's what I'm saying. That's one of those raw. You see it on a raw prospect. You know what I'm saying? Where you can tell, like, send them down to the G League, or, to the G League, develop them up into that scenario, and then see what you get out of it. That's what you're gonna do with that.
So hopefully he figure it out.
Yeah. I mean, in the G League it's more promising to develop players than in the past. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because I've seen even in just past draft, a lot of G League players got drafted. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's
Also,
not like that.
they be playing in the G League. People coming out of high school and stuff.
Yeah, no.
They play at that
Well,
Ignite in that Ignite league
yeah,
for a year instead of going to college.
yeah. It helps.
Let's see why the NFL need to do something about it, but
Well, NFL. Oh no, I mean, it's already been a proven factor for the NFL, though. I mean, well, not proven factor now, but they sound some of these USFL players signed to some NFL teams. Green Bay got a receiver from off of that team. Off that got the tight end from New Orleans Breakers. It's some other players that got drafted. I mean, that got picked up from the USFL, the league, to the NFL.
Yeah,
Who
but
they
the
signed.
NFL's not like putting money into it like the NBA does.
But I know that. But think about it. It's more of a NFL is not going to automatically invest in something until they see it being some kind of progress before they invest in it. Come on now. You got 32 owners that ain't going to invest in something unless they see some product coming out of it, and then they'll jump on it. You
Yeah,
have the
but by
Jerry
that
Jones
time, those
going.
leagues fold.
We'll say what?
I said by that time, those leagues fold.
Well, not necessarily. USFL is going to be there for another season. I think it takes another season for them to see what it really comes out of it before they can really want to invest into it. That's why I said even this XFL, like I don't know, if it has more promising in the future for NFL teams to invest into. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because all it really takes is I don't know if it's some kind of collective bargaining agreement of where that everybody has to agree to do that, or why come just one NFL owner just being like, you know what, I want to invest into the Birmingham Stallions. I'm going to send all of my fucking players that I wanted to develop to play on the Birmingham Stallions, and we just pretty much do that as a farm league. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Then you just
Okay.
start seeing that and be like, that's what I would do as an owner. I was like, well, if y'all not gonna do it, I'll just get a team, pick them, use them as a farm situation, and like put them into that situation.
Yeah.
That's what I would do. Now I wouldn't tell no high school player to, hey, you're a high school player, don't you go into the, and do all that, because I just think that you need some different exposure sometimes. I think college football is a necessity. It's not like college basketball where you don't. It's not a necessity. Because I think from high school you need to be built up into a winning program to like polish your skills. Those people in the XFLs and the USFLs, they've been in that level and they trying to make it to the league. You know what I'm saying? You
Yeah.
need some more polishing.
Well, yeah, it's just a place where some undrafted people or people with trouble paths or something could go in there
Yeah.
and play. Or like you just like you do a year or two of college and then like you ain't built like you're not feeling it, so you go to the XFL or whatever.
That's the same as I said for Kaepernick. You want to play? Go play for one of the XFL teams. Actually start and play. Then people will take you seriously and see what you got. I even think, I'm not trying to be disrespectful, I think Cam Newton needs to go in one of them leagues and play.
Cam Newton, the only person who thinks that's disrespectful.
How's that for you? Unless you want to be a backup, that's as close as you're
No,
gonna
that's
get
why I
right now.
said Cam Newton is the only person who thinks that's being disrespectful because he doesn't want to be a
Oh,
backup. He thinks he can still be a starter in the NFL. And I was like, but
where
you just look terrible.
nobody's gonna start nowhere. Like Allen Iverson, you gonna start having that Russell Westbrook mentality. If I don't start, I don't play. If
You don't go
I
out
don't
there.
start, I don't play. And then you're gonna
Only play.
literally alienate yourself to a point where you're gonna literally alienate you out the league.
Only
Russell
place is
Westbrook. That's what
they said go get beat up in Seattle for a year. I don't think you want to do that.
I don't really see anybody really placating to that. When they were talking about the Deshaun Watson situation, and they was like, "Oh, well, we can put it in there because we don't know. We know that Jacoby Brissett is not going to be that guy because he did. That was a failed try when he was up there in the Colts after Andrew Luck left. You see how that turned out to be.
He was okay.
It was okay because
He's
he'll
not
win you
going.
4 games.
He's not going to wow you. Nah, he had a couple good years out there.
The
But
best
it's like
year that
he's not
Jacoby,
going.
the best I've ever seen out of Jacoby Brissett was he was up there in New England when I was that glimmer of shine that you've seen of that. I haven't
He's
seen that
not going.
luster. I haven't seen
Not
that.
gonna wow you
I
with
haven't
the
seen
stats.
that. Well, we're not talking about. We're trying to win games. Tim Tebow won
Yeah,
games,
he
and
can
he
do
wasn't
that.
wild you with no steps.
Tim
Well,
Tebow had Tebow time though.
well, no, I'm not a Tebow fan like that.
Still believe he should have been a starter. Never
No,
seen somebody carry a team to the playoffs like that.
no, he did. He had a great run. It's just the fact that just Elway didn't believe in you.
Yeah. I mean, he got a Super Bowl out of it, so or 2 Super Bowls out of it, I guess.
Yeah. Who got a Super Bowl?
Elway?
Oh yeah. But is there anything else you need to talk about? We got on the topic on the docket.
No, that's all.
All right.
That's all I got. Yeah. Jacoby Brissett will be all right. Don't do anything stupid like get Jimmy Guap.
They're trying to win now, man. They're trying to do anything that was got to win
Well, Jimmy
now.
ain't gonna be much better than Brissett.
Jacoby Brissett, yeah, he's
Yeah,
better than him. He's more. He's
he's not
more.
gonna
He's
be
more
that much,
reliable.
not that much better.
Okay, I'm glad you have a lot of faith in Jacoby Brissett like that.
Brissett will throw 3,000. Jimmy will throw 3.5. I'm not really seeing worth the 30 million. I'm gonna have to pay this fool if I trade for him.
Well, we're talking about wins. So I mean, at this, what are we talking about? I forgot. We got to worry about that. I forgot to give you an update for that, Kevin. Before we close, you know, is it Josh Rosen? Y'all about to sign? Y'all signed him. My bad. Excuse me. We ain't worry about Brissett. Y'all got the a first round pick player that's gonna come in there and play on the Browns. That's who's gonna be our starter. I forgot to tell y'all that. Congratulations.
That dude. I mean,
That man ain't play. That man been number the backups.
Yeah.
They were gonna get AJ
That's all he can
McCarron.
do.
They were
That's
gonna
who I
get
wanted.
AJ.
That's
Yeah,
what I
but
wanted.
he was off that ACL though, joint. If he didn't have the ACL joint, y'all would have got AJ.
I
We
said,
seen what he did.
you looking at Josh Rosen and AJ McCarron. I said, man, if you don't get AJ McCarron,
But they
if you
couldn't
don't
get him. He's coming off this
somebody,
ACL thing. If he didn't have the ACL injury, they would have been hands down been like AJ McCarron. What we talking about? We seen him up there in the Bengals. He started the games he started. He was actually being exactly what he was in Alabama, managing the game, not throwing no
that's
picks,
all we need.
playing safe plays. That's what I'm saying.
Now we gotta go with
But y'all
Josh
wanted to get Rosen. Yeah, his
He's
inconsistent
known
self.
for throwing picks.
Oh my gosh. Good luck with this, Browns fans. That's what
It'll
y'all
be
wanted.
right.
All right.
Still gonna start. It'll be all right.
Well, we'll see.
We about to pick up Colin Kaepernick. Just call it.
All right, man. We ain't got nothing else, man.
Nah, I'm good.
All right, man. This is Play Your Part Podcast, and we are out of here.